The crystalline halls of the Galactic Council chamber hummed with anticipation as representatives from 47 species gathered for what they believed would be a routine vote. Josephine Chen stood at the human delegation's pod, her jaw clenched as she watched the holographic displays flicker to life around the amphitheater. Beside her, George Martinez adjusted his formal diplomatic coat, his fingers drumming an anxious rhythm against the podium. "They're not even trying to hide their contempt anymore," George muttered, nodding toward the Craxi ambassador, whose 3 eyes rolled in visible disdain. The Council Prime, a towering Veltharian with iridescent scales, raised its 6-fingered hand for silence. "We convene today to address Resolution 4721, the reclassification of humanity from protected development status to subservient species." Josephine felt her blood run cold. This wasn't on the agenda they'd received. George's hand found hers beneath the podium, squeezing tight. The Craxi ambassador rose first, its mandibles clicking with pleasure. "Honored Council, humanity has proven itself incapable of galactic citizenship. They wage war among themselves, pollute their own world, and possess none of the telepathic or psionic abilities that mark true sentience. We propose they be relegated to labor status, their systems administered by more capable species." A murmur of agreement rippled through the chamber. The Zenthiri delegate, a being of pure energy contained in a crystalline matrix, pulsed with approval. "The humans contribute nothing of value. Their technology is primitive, their culture barbaric. Why do we continue this charade of equality?" Josephine stepped forward, her voice steady despite the fury building in her chest. "We have honored every treaty. We've shared our resources, our science, our—" "Your science?" The Craxi ambassador laughed, a grating sound that echoed through the chamber. "You've barely mastered faster-than-light travel. Your medical technology is laughable. Your artificial intelligence is centuries behind our simplest systems. What exactly do you offer this council besides warm bodies for menial labor?" George's grip on the podium tightened until his knuckles went white. "We offer loyalty, partnership. We've fought alongside Council forces in 3 major conflicts in the past decade alone. Cannon fodder has its uses," the Veltharian Prime observed coolly, "but it hardly justifies equal representation. The motion is called to vote. All in favor of Resolution 4721? 43 lights illuminated across the chamber. Only 3 species abstained. The reclusive Mothar, who rarely participated in council politics anyway. Josephine felt the weight of humanity's future crushing down on her shoulders. 200 colony worlds, 15 billion souls scattered across 30 star systems, all about to become property of the Galactic Council. "We reject this resolution," she said quietly. The chamber fell silent. The Veltharian Prime's scales shifted to a deep crimson, confusion, or perhaps anger. "You reject? That is not how the Council operates, human. The vote is decided." "Then humanity withdraws from the Council, effective immediately," George announced, his voice carrying across the stunned assembly. "And we hereby terminate every treaty, pact, and agreement we've made with each of your species." "You can't," the Craxi ambassador began. "Every single one." Josephine pulled out a data chip and inserted it into the podium's interface. Holographic documents began materializing throughout the chamber, thousands of them, each stamped with humanity's seal and marked "Terminated." The Zenthiri delegate pulsed an angry red. "You depend on our quantum drives for your ships. Our fusion cores power your colonies. You'll be back to chemical rockets within a month." "Actually," George said, pulling out his own data chip, "we won't." The holographic displays shifted, showing blueprints, schematics, and production facilities that shouldn't exist. The chamber erupted in chaos. "Impossible!" the Craxi ambassador shrieked. "You don't have the mathematical framework for quantum tunneling." Josephine smiled coldly. We didn't, until we made a treaty with you requiring technology exchange. We learned, we adapted, we improved. While you laughed at our primitive science, we were studying everything you taught us, and then we made it better. More displays flickered to life. Human ships, new designs, sleeker and more efficient than anything the Council flew. Medical facilities using techniques that combined human ingenuity with alien technology, achieving success rates the Council had never managed. AI systems that put the Zen theory's supposedly superior intelligence to shame. For decades, you've been using our scientists, George continued, our engineers, our doctors. You just didn't pay attention to what we were doing because you were too busy looking down on us. Every primitive human working in your facilities, studying at your universities, serving on your ships, they were learning, sharing, building. The Veltharian Prime's scales had gone completely white. The quantum manufacturing plants on Epsilon 7, the antimatter refineries on Proxima Station, the terraforming accelerators on New Terra, all human-designed and human-built, Josephine confirmed, using the knowledge you so generously provided through our treaties. Treaties we are now dissolving. As of this moment, every human scientist, engineer, doctor, and technician is recalled from Council space. Every facility we built, every system we designed, every innovation we created, shut down. You can't pull out overnight. The Craxi ambassador was on its feet now, mandibles clacking in panic. The Kronos sector defense grid was maintained entirely by human technicians. They're leaving. George's smile was sharp as broken glass. The food synthesis networks feeding the inner colonies. Human-modified alien technology, we're taking it with us. The medical stations treating the Veltrax plague. Human doctors using human-improved techniques. They'll be packed and gone by morning. The Council Prime raised all 6 hands, scales flickering through a rainbow of distressed colors. Wait, please. Perhaps we were hasty. Resolution 4721 could be reconsidered. Oh, it's too late for that, Josephine said softly. You didn't just insult us today. You showed us exactly what you think of humanity. That after everything we've given, everything we've built together, we're still just warm bodies to you. So we're done. Done pretending we need you. Done pretending we're not your equals. She pressed a final button on her podium. Throughout Council space, human ships began powering up, human facilities initiated shutdown sequences, and human personnel received the recall order. In 72 hours, every human will be out of Council territory, George announced. We're taking our primitive technology, our barbaric culture, and our laughable innovations, and we're going home. You can keep your pacts, your treaties, and your council. We'll build our own future. Josephine and George turned their backs on the council and walked toward the exit. Behind them, the chamber dissolved into pandemonium as species after species realized just how dependent they'd become on the humans they'd scorned. As the doors sealed behind them, Josephine allowed herself a smile. Think they'll survive without us? George laughed. Eventually, but it's going to be a very educational experience for them. Good, Josephine said. Maybe next time they'll think twice before calling someone primitive. Humanity had learned an important lesson from the galaxy. Never mistake kindness for weakness, cooperation for dependence, or humility for inferiority. And now, the Galactic Council was about to learn one of their own. You never appreciate what you have until it walks away and takes half your infrastructure with it. The humans had come to the stars as students. They were leaving as something far more dangerous. Graduates who'd surpassed their teachers.